everyone. Happy New Year. This is the first time I've been in here in 2023. So hello. This is my New Year's Day, okay? We're just getting started for the year. Hope you all had a super happy Christmas and holiday season and start to your year. It's been a slow start to the year for us, but I love that. I always appreciate rest and a break and, you know, my bed. Hi, Jess. It was so fun seeing you this past weekend. We just got back from Collab Bash. This was our third Collab Bash, like, business leader event, where everyone kind of just gets to, like, meet each other and make cross-line friends and find ways to collab to grow your business. And this event was incredible and so much fun. Can't say we'll do another one. We think this was our grand finale, but we can't say for certain. It's a lot of work and money goes into planning those events. And we're like 4 Enneagram 7s planning it and tend to, you know, procrastinate a little bit and get ourselves into like all sorts of pickles. So we kind of were like, okay, can we actually grow our businesses if we are spending all of our time working on this event? So if we do another one, it might be like a year away, but we'll see. It's been incredible. They've all been amazing. And, I've got some other really fun stuff up my sleeve for you guys this year. So
I'm muted. I'm so close. So in this video today, it's going to be a reaction video, but I'm going to be talking about the insidious nature of the undue influence that happened at the Collab Bash a couple of weeks ago. The event was hosted by Jessica Garvin, a Royal Crown Diamond in Young Living, and her buddies, and how that event was used to manipulate people into doing things they ordinarily wouldn't do. So I'm going to look at the live chat in a second, but we're going to roll the please don't slap us YouTube disclaimer, and I will be right back. Hello, my name is DC, and in this video, I'm going to talk about something that most people in multi-level marketing don't think about too often, which is undue influence. What is it? We're going to cover that today. How did it work in this group at the Collab Bash Nashville in 2023, just a few weeks ago? And most importantly, how can we protect ourselves from it in other groups in and out of Young Living? So stick around and I will answer your questions while we watch this SHIT show. Oh wait, what's this little, what is going on up here? Dang it, I'm so close to having a good stream where I'm like, everything works. I'm gonna say hi to the chat. Thank you for the congratulations on 800. It was all thanks to Aaron B's and my regular supporters, which is y'all, essentially the late night. What is going on? What is happening? Okay, we're fixed. I was so close. Live chat, you're incredible. So an informant, for all intents and purposes, sent me this 4-part training that was at this Collab Bash. Jessica Garvin is a Royal Crown Diamond in Young Living, and she put this on. She's been putting it on for several years. Every year since I was in Young Living, my upline I think my upline tried to go to it several times. And when I tell you the culty stuff, I say culty, when I'm talking about like the group think, the like change your thinking, the be positive, that you're going to make yourself sick if you think the wrong way. All of it is in this first call. There's four of them. And our buddy, No Shame Sales Game, was one of the speakers. So, hey, Kat. Y'all, if you don't follow Kat, oh, where's my chat? What happened? There we go. I need to make it a little bigger because you can't really see it on the stream, and that was the whole point, is to have it big enough for y'all to see it. So I'm going to put it behind me a little bit, so I hope that's okay. I hope that doesn't make too many people sick. Oh my, everything's going wrong. Just kidding. Okay, we're just gonna, dang it. This is awful. Sorry, I was so close to having a good stream. I was like, I'm gonna write the intro. I'm gonna do all this stuff. Loop. Play. There we go. Background's working again. Yeah, if y'all don't follow Kat, she is a creator. She's a registered dietitian. She is the sciencey brain power behind our law streams when we've been looking at Young Living versus doTERRA. She is clear, concise, kind. She doesn't get into the swampy deep end I do sometimes with the cursey words and the emotion. So if you're looking for another incredible anti-MLM, pro-science, I don't know what else to say, licensed person to follow, it's Kat. So her handle is Dietitian Kat Benson at Unlocked Nutrition, and she's incredible. Okay, I'm going to get my little board up. How's everyone doing? Hey, Sky. 4 a.m. here, so I'll be listening with eyes closed. Beth, you're a trooper. I hope you're doing okay. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I don't either. But I mean, I feel like we have the extra power because, Kat's there. Like, I mean, when you go to a certain amount of schooling, it just trains your brain. And Kat's got it. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Okay. Here. Oh my God, this background. I was so lock. Okay, we're good. All right, here it is. We're going to go to the reaction scene. Or not. I was like, I got a anxiety I say anxiety. I'm medicated for it, and I was like really struggling this apologies. There's nothing I'm about to dump on you. I just was having a hard time functioning normally, so I'm a little bit off. More so than usual. Where is it? I'm moving my screen because here we are. And we're going to be here. Okay, great. And we want to do, oh God, sorry. I don't know. I wish I could put this in this scene. This is this. Sorry. I listened to this mess up last night and I was like, oh my gosh, why did you do that? And it's okay. I'll just put it on top for now, and then I'll put it correctly on the other side. I just wanted to be able to have, a big enough picture. And I will say this, my informant sent me this, and I ran it through my video program to correct the audio because they didn't hook up the microphone to the camera recording it. And they didn't color correct for the screen glare, so you can't see the slides. And they added words on top in iMovie. Now, look, if you're a creator and you're first starting out, Great. This is a Royal Crown Diamond who charged for this event. And I am picky. So here we are. Thank you to who sent me this. I'm going to put this. It's going to be there. There. Oh, lick the stream. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Education isn't everything. I joined an MLM, remember? Well, also I will say this, everyone. I'm really happy to be watching this video with y'all because, and I guess because I watched part of it by myself this afternoon, I got upset because I got sucked into Young Living. And I obviously tend to believe the possibility of everything. And so when they were talking about your thoughts making you sick, like, I believed that for a long time. So I'm glad that Kat's at least in the chat for a little bit and that y'all are here. I just appreciate that because watching stuff like this can be hard to process by yourself. And I like having multiple minds looking at something because I think it helps us not get stuck in the bog of confusion and non-logic. Okay. Let's go, girls.
Okay, so speaking of feeling alone, I'm going to go a little sonnet for you guys. So last year.
So this is the sound improved, which is not improved at all. It's barely improved. I couldn't do a lot with it because you deal with an echo. So it is what it's going to be.
It was a really good year for me, right? I really changed my presence on Instagram, on my team. I committed to a year of rest. So this year was so funny for me. I saw all these people come on their New Year's, but she's alone, yeah. And all these people posting their posting their New Year's resolutions or posting goals for the year and saying like, I need rest, right? Or what's like the big trending right now is like anti-hustle, reverse the hustle. And so I really truly have thought so hard about this. Last year I took that year of rest. I was like, I'm not doing the hustle. Well, you guys, the hustle pays the bills. So let me just remind you of that. And so we can have both. And that is also something as a mom, that's like kind of where I shift a lot of my energy this past year, trying to figure out how to parent actual people and not little babies. And trying to teach them that we can have both. We can have different opinions and we can change our mind. So last year I felt so super burnout in my life. So burnout from showing up for work, showing up.
So again, let me give you some context. This is Royal Crown Diamond, Jessica Garvin's event where everyone in her downline's invited. Everyone from Brooke Kristen's team, everyone from Logan Randazzo's team, everyone from Lindsey Graham's team, from what I understand, everyone that falls underneath Jessica Garvin in the massive pyramid got invited. And I will just tell you this. I don't know how big this one was, but the reel from last year made it look a lot bigger. So I don't know if the little intro video that we saw was Jessica being discouraged that they did so much work, it cost so much money, and they didn't have the most turnout, or what. But here we are. This is the little intro. It gets worse. Oh wait, I guess I need to do this. Trigger warning for potential medical misinformation, manipulation. Just there's also going to be some family stuff shared by the doctor who is also a Royal Crown or Diamond in Young Living, who talks about her dad burning the trailer down that she lived in as a kid. It's not, I don't think it's extremely graphic beyond that, but it's just randomly out of nowhere and there's no consideration for additional things in the audience. And then she also brings up some other mental health stuff. So if that's too much for you, as always, you are more important than any like, any view, any analytic. Take care of yourself. There's going to be more chill streams in the future. So if you want to come back and watch something else, I'd love to have you, but don't put yourself in a precarious position just because, you want to hang out, which we'd love to have you. But again, advocate for yourself, advocate for your mental health, advocate for your emotional health. Okay. We're back.
For my team, for my family, for my husband, for my friends, showing up for every single person in my life except for myself. And I took some time to sit and what it could feel like to have the courage to actually say no. I don't know that word, but N-O, no. To say no to every single thing that didn't light me up. Every single thing that just didn't feel good, didn't make me happy. What it can feel like to really have the courage to be my true self. What it can feel like to have the courage to live out loud or to quit apologizing. I say sorry for everything. To rest if I need it. To rest and not feel guilty about resting. To change my mind. Change your mind. To wear a jacket.
I feel like this is incredibly close to from what I understand, maybe it's not. It feels like they're all tired, and they're gonna talk about more about this in the call, not the call, the event. Everyone feels like their OGB is down. Everyone feels like they're working hard and not getting results. Everyone feels like et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's, I don't know if it's necessarily cognitive dissonance, but it feels close to that a little bit based on some of the stories that they're all going to be telling. And then Ben Riley shows up.
It's like this. I don't feel bad about it. It feels real good, actually. To feel free. And that's like a word I want you guys to keep in mind all day. What does it feel like to show up at yourself? Showing up as yourself to feel free. On the way here on my flight yesterday, I decided that if I was going to roll up my sleeves and get back to work and figure it out, that I needed to put down my fiction books that I just started reading last year. All I ever read was personal development. So I felt like if I wasn't constantly bettering myself or being the best or striving to be better, then I was being lazy or I wasn't going to be good enough. And so I challenged myself to read fiction. But what I did in that is I forgot to keep making myself better and I got lost in those fiction books. So I pulled out an old book that I had and it's Firestarter Sessions by Danielle Laporte and it is life-changing. I flipped through the entire book on the whole flight, it's only an hour and 45 minutes away, the whole book, and have a million scribbled notes, and my heart was on fire. So I strongly recommend it. And on the way here, I read a quote, and I wrote it down from the book. It said, being your true self is the most effective formula for success that there is. So I'm just going to read it again. Being your true self is the most effective formula for success there is. And I literally smiled because that was the theme of this weekend. We brainstormed, we're like, what is the message? How are we pulling this all together?
Hey, Kira.
And that's just what we want for all of you. So today, as you sit here, you got little tiny notebooks in your bag, or maybe you brought your own. As you scribble your notes, as you make new friends, as you begin to dream again, it feels scary. We want you to lean into those little whispers of what life could really be like. What life would be like if you were living exactly how you want to. If you start living exactly.
Maybe that doesn't include multi-level marketing, shocker, but I don't think they're allowed to think that kind of way. If I'm gonna let it play for a second, but I'm also gonna pull up the because I know I said I was gonna say what is undue influence. I'm just gonna read it straight from the source, and then I also have my handy dandy influence continuum things at the top. So when we want to see if something falls more on the authentic self side or the destructive side, we can see that even though So the left side is the positive side, the right side is the negative side, and green wasn't used because I was trying to be as friendly to colorblind people as possible. So yeah. But anyways, we'll bring that up later. I'll press play.
Exactly as your true self. If you allow yourself to dream fully and to dream big, scary dreams. I scribbled notes in the corner of that book that I was reading, and I wrote, dreaming allows us way more possibilities than self-doubt ever will. And dreaming allows us way more possibilities than self-doubt ever will.
And just as an additional note, one of the reasons that the language changed, I think industry-wide, but maybe it was only for Dr. Hassan, but a legally recognized term is undue influence. And if you didn't know that, now you do. So mind control, etc., is not legally recognized. So undue influence is, and that does show up in lots of high control groups, lots of one-on-one relationships, and everything in between. So the definition, this is from the Elder Coalition, the Elder Justice Coalition. It's a pretty succinct definition that is, Dr. Stephen Hassan has one on his website too, but under the legal theory of undue influence, if any person has genuinely been coerced by manipulative recruitment into performing illegal actions, the victim should receive help to regain their freedom of mind, and the manipulators should be subjected to appropriate legal consequences. I'm not making any legal assertions here on this stream. I'm just sharing lots of opinions. Some things I try to just give my own opinion based off of my experiences and observations. I'm trying to think. I don't think did I run the intro? Oh God. Anyways, this is not legal advice. I'm not a lawyer. This is not fact. This is just my opinion. Anyways, okay, back to it. Oh no. I was reading this. Okay, what's going on? My stream is ruined. Just kidding. Here we go.
I did last year, just doubt myself, doubt everything I worked for, doubt everything I was doing. And I want you all to pay attention to what your heart tells you today.
Hey, Kira.
A little bit like cheesy, but if you hear something that's telling you that you can't do it, that you can't have it, I want you to quiet that noise. If you hear
this is the first instance. If you're hearing a voice saying that you can't do it or you can't have it, you need to silence that voice instead of saying, listen to your gut, listen to your core values of what you really care about, and even if this opportunity is at odds with that, you should give up this opportunity. Instead, she's saying, quiet that voice. Okay, this is just the intro, girl.
Something that excites you, I want you to write it down. I want you to listen to it. If something pops in your head or on your heart, listen to it, and I know that's going to happen. We invested so much time and energy to get amazing speakers for you guys this year. We didn't want to get leaders of this company to stand up here and say the same things that you've heard on the Zoom and that they're so graciously sharing with you every single day for free with their own generous time. We wanted to offer you speakers that are amazing coaches that we work with, that we know are going to change your life. When you guys got here, you got a bag that said bag of tricks. And each of us have our own gifts, our own magic, our very own tricks. You all have that thing inside of you that makes you you, and you all have your own brand of magic when you show up exactly as you. And I think that's something that so many
I don't
of us
know what that sound is.
With Instagram and all of the noise and comparing ourselves to others all the time. So I hope today allows you to start dreaming again. To
I don't
sharpen
know
your
what
tricks
happened to the
and to
chat,
find your magic again. And
something happened
there's
to the chat.
absolutely no one better that I can think of, no one more appropriate to help us start dreaming again than our first speaker. So if you don't already know Edie, she's a physician, national speaker, life coach, author, and natural health enthusiast. She's so graciously gifted a copy of her book on your seat when you walked in.
She just released a book, so that is an investment for her too. And they allegedly they paid this speaker to be there. So why wouldn't you get a free book out of paying an author that had just released a book to come speak to your group that everyone paid a ton of money to come to?
She gave up her traditional medical practice to become a certified life and wellness coach, and she loves helping women
I don't know what happened to the chat.
get back to living their best lives.
She
founded a large and thriving life coaching practice called Life Mentoring School, and is also a Crown Diamond with the
Oh, she's a Crown Diamond. Dr. Edie Wadsworth, life and wellness coach. So she is, let me see what kind of doctor she is, because we assume, I still don't know what happened to the chat. I'm so sorry. Let me just, oh, there it is. Doctor. She's a life coach and a physician, apparently. I don't know if her license is active or not. MD, medical doctor, is family medicine specialist in Morristown, Tennessee, and has over 25 years of experience in the medical field. East Tennessee State University, 1998 is when she graduated. Oh, it doesn't look like she practices family medicine any longer. Oh my God, this review. Dr. Wadsworth has been on a sabbatical for over a decade. Dr. Wadsworth is no longer practicing family medicine in a medical setting. As a former patient, I would not recommend Dr. Edie Wadsworth for one very serious and important reason. And that is she doesn't believe in what she was saying as a family physician and eventually chose to leave her practice. As a former patient of hers, I found myself having to reschedule my appointments often due to her not being in for the day. Interesting. Okay, let's go. This is what took over a week and a half for us to get.
I was the night the trailer burned down.
Apologies. This starts in. It does sound like this is improved and it's not good. I think it's improved. Hold on. Maybe I don't have the right one. What? I'm pretty sure this is the right one though. It's bad. It was even worse before I messed with it and I didn't do a good job. Screen recording, is that what I'm playing right now? 6/13/28. Just gonna double check. 6/13/28. Yeah, this is the best one we got.
If the rumor was true that my daddy was the one who set it on fire.
Oh.
But what
She's talking about her dad setting her trailer on fire. She's gonna share other things. She is a doctor, but she shares things that I think fall inside the pseudoscience category. I'm not very well versed in articulating all of this stuff that she says that's wrong because I myself got sucked into this, and so I just want to be honest with everyone that I hope if you see something, speak up because I might miss it.
I do know is that it interrupted my favorite childhood game. Not Monopoly, not Sorry, not Connect Four, Bonanza. So raise your hand if you were born after 1985. This is why I had to have a slide, because you don't know the characters of Bonanza. But my sister and my cousin and I played Bonanza all the time, like a role play version of Bonanza. And my cousin was the oldest, so she got to be married to the cutest of the Cartwright brothers. Anybody want to guess which one? The necktie, y'all, little Joe. I was the middle child, so I got the next cutest, Adam. We made my little sister be married to Oz. And because it was a role play
Hey,
game,
Dave.
we basically made my sister pretend that Oz came home drunk and
Oh, heck yeah, we are.
So don't worry.
We've already needed it, but I don't know if I have. God dang it. We got to check. We got to check for the tomatoes. I didn't even use them the other night. Where are our tomatoes? Let's see. Delete. Be right back. doTERRA. What? 2-minute countdown. Okay, if we're just gonna add it real quick. Please don't freeze up. Let's see. OBS. Oh, dang it. Picture. Just gonna, hopefully. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There it is. The lag. The lag is real. Oh my God. Okay, we got it. Let me just put it in my buttons real quick so that we can just get back on track, because I'll just press play. Okay.
Got her. She's had a lot of therapy. So bad. It's totally fine. But the trailer did burn down that night, and my daddy, who was drunk as he normally was, tried to help us get out to the car. We all got out to the white Plymouth, watched the trailer burn down.
There we go.
Basically the beginning of my crazy, challenging, difficult relationship with my dad. When I was 7 years old, I was at my mama's trailer.
Oh no, is it still going?
I was at my mama's trailer, and we were standing in the yard, and a helicopter, a black helicopter, descends right in front of the trailer. There was like a convenient little landing pad there, like a little piece of concrete. And the helicopter landed, and about 8 men in like a SWAT team suits all jump out of the helicopter, and they chase my cousin up a mountain and bring him back down and arrest him for armed robbery. So I spent the next 5 years visiting him in prison on Saturday afternoons until I was old enough to say, you know what? I don't think I'm going to the prison anymore on Saturdays.
What the hell?
It's funny because a couple of years ago, after I wrote my book,
you know what I'm saying? Like the look. Advocate for your physical and mental and emotional health. There are many people who I don't know the stats. I know we're always like, what are the stats? I don't know the stats, but I know good people who were incarcerated and they got out and they completely changed their lives. So I just think the way that she's just like, I knew better than to go visit, my family who was in prison. Like, give me a break. Back on the road while I listen to a TED Talk down in what sounds like a public toilet cubicle. Oh.
We took a field trip. They closed the prison since then, by the way. So my sister cousin and my sister and I, the 3 Bonanza girls, took a trip to Brushy Mountain Prison. You should read about it sometime. Now it's like a whole, it's in Tennessee. It's like a whole destination. They have like whiskey tasting and all kinds of stuff. It was so crazy because I had visited that prison so many times that my
Thank you for the like.
childhood nightmare was that somehow I was going to have to go to prison. I would wake up in the middle of the night going, I know I've done something wrong. I would never have to go to prison. And we drive up to the prison just a few years ago. And what looked to me like so ominous and so scary, and I can remember the guard shack where the men, with their assault rifles are up there.
I'm not trying to say that everyone in prison hasn't done things to be there. I'm just saying that if people participate in the system and they're able to get out and they're able to jump through all the hoops that they need to on release and transform their life, like, come on. Like, I don't know, just like, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
It's just like a rundown old building. Like, didn't seem scary at all. It was just fascinating to me how things are so impressionable upon you when you're a child. When I was 14 years old, I was really good at sports because what happens with children about alcoholics is there's always one of you who's like the overachiever trying to make up for all the sins of the family. And so I was really good at sports, and I was playing softball, and I made the all-star team for the softball. So you can go ahead and show the next one. This is about what I looked like. You're welcome. It's Vern Mullet right
What the
here.
hell is that sound?
So, yeah, I had a permed mullet, but I was really good at softball, Deo, in case you're wondering. And you know how, did anybody play softball or baseball growing up? So in our little town, whatever year that was, 1984, the girls got to play in the very back
That's
of
incredible,
the whole
Christina.
ballpark where there's no
That's
lights
amazing.
back there or anything. But at the All-Star game, the girls got to play on the very front field. There was lights there. It was like, there's an MC, like announcing the players. I was so excited to finally get to play under the lights. And my daddy never came to my ball games until this game. And I see him, I'm playing shortstop, and I see him approach. And he has no shirt on, which was normal for him. And he's with like two other of his like ex-con friends, and they neither of them have shirts on. And they're all tatted up, and I can tell by the way
Yeah,
he's
it sounds
walking,
like that, Dave.
and he is very intoxicated.
What the hell's going
And
on?
my heart just sank. I was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. He's going to start heckling. He's going to just be who he is. He'll probably get up and start flat-foot dancing, right in the middle of the game. And it was one of those defining moments in my life where I decided, this cannot be my life. I just made a decision.
She is going to say that, and again, I don't want to, just because we are not fans of multi-level marketing or young living or anything, I don't want to negate like my mom's parent, my mom's mom was an alcoholic, and I don't want to share too much about that because it's not my story, but it was not like the fact that my mom is who she is after her whole growing up experience was what it was. I don't want to not be empathetic or compassionate for kids who grow up with that trauma of having a parent who is negatively, like, whose family is harmed because of alcoholism. So, I think she's trying to make light of it, but the whole story is going to be just make a decision to change your life. Just make a decision to change your life. And I think that's going to be harmful the way she weaves it in to, just decide that you're going to be successful at your business. Just decide. Just make the decision.
The only thing I had in my early life were the dreams in my heart. I looked around at my life and it looked like the whole thing was on fire. But inside, I was burning with a desire to have a different life.
Sorry for the sound. It's all the way up on my end.
And I'm going to tell you something. You can look at my life now. I am living a fairy tale dream life.
She's living a fairy tale dream life. Because of Young Living and her coaching business and her book. And she went to medical school, which is an incredible feat to be able to do that, especially from her background. But you cannot ignore the people that have helped her get to the top, had paid her commission checks.
Never imagined I could have.
I wish there were captions on this. I'm sorry.
But you never know someone's story. You never know what they went through to get here. And I want you to know, no matter where you are in your own life and business or what part of your past you have worked through, you can do anything you want. And I have learned over the past few years the power of my own dreams. I didn't talk to these girls at all about what they just said to me this thing is about. And I am telling you, this talk totally aligns with what Brittany just said. Because some of us have stopped dreaming. Some of us have gone through the last few years and it feels like the world's on fire. And so you just decide to bow out. You just decide that maybe the world doesn't need what you have to offer. Let me tell you.
Well, I mean, there's been lots of heavy things going on the past few years. And then asking people to spend $100 to $600 a month on Young Living product, and they're all hoping that they're going to continue to make a livable income in Young Living based off their recruiting. I mean, why can't you just say like, hey, pivot, do something else?
We have never needed you and your specific, powerful, nurturing version of magic. Then we do now.
Okay, I'm not trying to be cynical. It's just happening. All I hear her saying is, we've never needed you more than we do right now. We've never needed your credit card more than we do right now. And I know that's so mean of me to say because she's trying to be motivating and encouraging. It gets worse. Ben Riley's here. It gets worse.
So my dreams took me to college. I was the first person in my family to go to college. My daddy, I made the dean's list one time, and I told my daddy, and he said, "What the hell is the dean's list?" I'm like, of course he doesn't know what the dean's list is. And my dreams also took me to medical school. And then my dreams took me into a medical practice where I felt like, for the first time, my life is starting to look different. For the first time, these dreams that I've had in my heart for so long are starting to come true. And often as we do when our dreams start to come true, I started to self-sabotage because there was something in my brain that didn't believe I deserved the life I was creating for myself. And I'm going to teach you in a few minutes how you keep that from happening, how you keep the self-sabotage from happening. But what happened to me is I began to self-sabotage my dreams in my life. My health crashed. I began to chase superficial things. I began to think that, oh, this money's going to make me happy. This recognition's going to make me happy. People calling me a doctor is somehow going to make me happy. And I remember my husband took me on a 10-year anniversary trip, and we ended up in Atlantis on this dream vacation. And I thought to myself, it still feels empty. Maybe this isn't.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know where she's going exactly. There are parts that I kind of zoned out while she was talking because my anonymous source sent it to me, and then I had to try to clean up the audio because the audio was so bad.
It's all about. You guys, I can't make this up. That's why I wrote a memoir, because I can't make up any fiction that's crazier than my life. A couple of years later, in the middle of the night, my house burned down. And I thought to myself, how? How can this happen? How can this happen in my life that it just keeps burning down around me?
Oh my God,
My
I'm sorry,
babies
guys.
were upstairs. My husband, thank God, crawled through the fire, was able to get outside. I had to jump out of a 2-story window. This was like 10 years ago. Jump out of a 2-story window, run around to the front of the house. We're screaming for our kids. I tried crawling up the stairs. I couldn't get up the stairs. My husband is passed out from the smoke inhalation on the front of the house.
Here is the frustrating thing. How do you not vet what people are going to talk about at your events? She just said at the beginning, oh, they don't know what I'm going to talk about. But you are and I hate to sound like a Young Living rep right now, but as the leaders for this group, as the representatives, the people who put on this event, they're kind of the gateway of saying like, okay, what are you going to talk about? Oh, you're going to talk about that? Make sure you do a content warning, or we'll do a content warning for you so that people aren't freaking surprised. You know what I mean? I feel like such a witch, but like, what is the point of this? I think she felt like she had everything and then her life was repeating itself. And again, I have a ton of empathy, like having my parents' house burned down, and it was awful. No one was there. It was the fires on the in Knoxville, Tennessee that happened. And it was devastating. So I don't want to like make it light that she's had 2 traumatic things happen in her life like that. I don't know.
And thank God, by some miracle, my 18-year-old daughter hears me screaming, wakes her sisters up, has them put pillows over their little faces, and they come like angels running down a house that is totally at this point engulfed in flames. And I sat, this was 3 days before Christmas, and I sat on the cold December ground, and I had the thought that any of you would have. Why me? When do I get away?
Yeah.
My whole life has been a fire. Are you kidding me?
I think what she's gonna do is you can overcome and change your mindset after any circumstance. And can't you just easily change your mindset when you're losing customers, when your OGV isn't high, when there's lots of us haters speaking out on the internet, you know? So I think she's gonna make that tie.
To recover from the trauma of that, I ended up hiring my first coach. I'm going to tell you something that happened to me. My whole entire life changed. I had told myself the story for as long as I could remember that my life was cursed. I basically believed that my life was cursed, and I had a lot of evidence for how it was cursed. But after that fire, I decided I'm going to make change that matters. I'm going to tell you what's happened in my life in the last 10 years.
Someone's crying.
I got rid of the mullet, number 1. Britt, you can change. You can change. We're going to talk about your brain. I found Young Living.
Oh
Miracle
my God.
number 1 in my life. I found Young Living. When I found Young Living.
What happened to the lights? Oh, wait. This is on a... What happened? That's not me.
I'm a family doctor, by the way. So I made my living for a long time putting people on prescription medication.
Oh my God.
And then my own health crashed. And
Here we go. We hate the medical industry.
My own health crashed. I went, I don't want to be on 12 medications like Judy that I take care of. So I started doing a bunch of research on how I can heal myself. I went to a rheumatologist and was diagnosed with like 15 things and left with 15 prescriptions.
And I was like, I am not doing this. The people that I take care of that go this path are miserable. They're not healthy. They're not getting better. And that journey led me to Young Living. Our products are, you guys, let me tell you.
Oh my God. I did not listen to this part. This must have been when I was feeding the dogs. Oh my God. That was Karina. That was so quick. That was such a quick pivot. Oh, yeah. Like, couldn't this be worked through in therapy? Wouldn't you have the finances to work through this level of trauma in therapy? And again, there's some things that sometimes you believe about yourself that you have a hard time unthinking, you know? Using it in the context of a sales pitch, I am not here for this.
Something. A lot of people have left. You know why I'm never leaving? It's not because of the amazing comp plan that has been a huge blessing to my family.
It's not that amazing. It's not that amazing of a comp plan. I'm just saying, it's not that amazing. They've done some incentives recently, but it's overall, the Young Living's comp plan is not even, I would say, top 10.
It's because every month that box gets dropped off at my door, and those products change my life still every day. I don't care what people say about what kind of studies. I'm living proof of what has happened in my own life and body.
Oh my God.
So that was miracle number one. I then got so healthy, I'm like, okay, I'm helping people heal, and as I got better and better.
A rheumatologist that diagnosed her with 15 things. Does she have every type of arthritis and diagnosed each joint separately? That seems like a high number for a specialist type doctor. You know, that's certainly a good question. Bottom 10 maybe. Yeah. All right.
Better. You know what happens when you heal from your trauma and you stop blaming your past and you stop blaming your dad and you stop blaming your mom and you stop blaming your company and you stop blaming.
Oh my God. When you stop blaming your dad, when you stop blaming your mom, when you stop blaming your company. Here it is. You know what? Sometimes your company can't get their, what time is it? How long have we been streaming for? Can we cuss yet? Oh yeah. You know, I wasn't going to cuss because I was like, maybe someone from Young Living's going to watch this video. And maybe they would be offended by me cussing. But here I am. Sometimes your company can't get their shit together. I'll say this. They've been not able to do a good job shipping since I was in Young Living. I got out in 2022. I've been in since 2019. 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. What is that? 5 years of shipping difficulties? What is that? Not having enough farms to actually be able to do seed to seal? What is that? Going through a broker? Look, I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes it's the company. Sometimes you have an awful childhood. Sometimes your parents or someone can irrevocably harm you. And sometimes it takes a lot to get through that. I have a friend who will almost be crying before I hand them the $50 he needs to borrow. Once it's in his hand, he's a bloody burst of sunshine. I want that doctor. Maybe I get a diagnosis for my body and pain finally. I'm sorry, Mia. Oh boy.
You're upline, and you stop blaming, you're downline. You know what happens then? Your dreams wake up.
Oh my God.
You get on fire for your.
Look, if you're first starting out video editing, I'm not saying I'm a great video editor. I am not. I'm saying for the amount that people paid and for how long that it took for them to edit this whatever this is, the recording, this is not it. This is not it. No color correction, no sound correction, and the generic like transition appearing text from the middle. No logo on it. Come on. Oh, good. That's awesome, Mia.
Your own life. So I was like, okay, I wrote a really depressing book called All the Pretty Things about my really disturbing childhood. So now I want to write a book on how I healed from that and how I'm starting to make all of this crazy progress in my life. So I hired a book coach and I wrote my second book. Only it was a trick. It was a bait and switch. It was actually, you're not going to actually publish the book. You're just going to coach people through the process that you just wrote out. So I've turned my mess of a life into this program that I'm so proud of, where I help women walk out of their own fire. It's called Life.
Don't tell me a coach. Don't tell me a coach of coaches. Don't say it.
School. And then I turned my mess of a life into this program that I'm so proud of, where I help women walk out of their own fire. It's called Life Mentoring School. And then
what?
I wrote a book. And then I started a podcast. And what I'm most proud of are these amazing humans. The greatest gift to my life, and the reason that I will never stop talking about the hope that is in my heart for my bright future. I grew up with people whose mindset was so awful and so negative. My life was a country song. You wonder why I closed this party down last night and why I know every honky-tonk song that they play? It's because that was my life. I learned the lyrics to Folsom Prison Blues before I learned my
Christina.
Pickles. I went to every honky-tonk in Knoxville, Tennessee with my daddy. I grew up in honky-tonks.
Oh my God.
And I thought that was going to define my life. And it did. And I learned how to dream. And this process unlocked my dreams. So what I want to talk to you about today is your impossible dream. If you had told me.
Yeah, and again, like, if you've had trauma in your childhood, that is hard to I don't know how to explain it, but like, I guess I want to be respectful and like hold space for people who have had trauma in their childhood, because it is impactful. I mean, it is wildly impactful on the rest of your life, and sometimes people can't move past that trauma as they're when they get to be an adult. And I don't it's gonna get worse, because she's gonna say, I just decided to change, I just decided to be happy, I just decided to be successful, I just decided to blah blah blah, and it's inaccurate, in my opinion. It's unhealthy.
What my life could look like 20 years later, 30 years later. Here's the funny thing. I got a lot of therapy for my life.
Her school is called Life Mentoring School, and the logo is a medical red plus sign with a circle, because she's a medical doctor. Nope, not the vibe.
Late 20s. And I got therapy with a therapist that was Ivy League trained. He was the chairman of the department where I went to medical school. And after about 9 months of talking about my story over and over again, anybody want to know what happened? He fell asleep on the couch. I was like, is this legal? Can you fall asleep while your client is telling you about their traumatic childhood? It was a huge light bulb moment for me.
Maybe
because I was tired of hearing myself say it.
Come on.
And some of you have been telling the same tired story for far too long. It's time for a new story, a new dream. Some of you have been telling the same tired story for the last few years about your business, about why it's not growing, about why this and this is that.
This is not a pity party for me, but I decided to move forward after a painful friendship ended. And guess Coda girl, we're not going to get that cat. You cannot get that cat. Nope. I'm sorry. My sister's dog is crying right here. She just is a predator. So this is not to be a pity party for me, but I decided to move forward after a painful friendship ended. And guess what? Today I cried in my car because something triggered me. For sure. I'm sorry that your friendship ended. Light bulb moment. Yep, your doctor is an asshole. Healing isn't a straight line and you need to give yourself time. Yep, exactly. I'm glad you're giving yourself time, Mia, for sure. And yes, guy, just get a different therapist. So many therapists say like not every therapist is the right fit for everyone. So like sometimes it's trying to find the right fit.
On the website and all the people leaving, that's a tired story.
We're gonna clap now. Okay.
For us is what is the dream that lights your soul on fire? What is the dream that makes you want to get out of bed in the morning? What is the dream that makes you love your own life? What is the dream that you can't wait to wake up to? Okay, next. You're so cute. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about your dream first. Here's what happens when you dream. There's a lot of studies that show that when you dream about your bright future, when you have a deep hope for the future in your business, the future in your life, the future in your marriage, you know what gets better in your life when you dream? Every single thing. The way you experience everything today gets better when you commit to believing in a bright future.
Hi, Karina.
You know what the world has told us for the last few years? Nothing but doom and gloom. Some of y'all need to get off the news. Yeah. Some of y'all need to get a bunch of...
Yep, if deciding to do it and doing it really worked and really healed everything, my best friend would still be here. This shit pisses me off so fucking bad. Absolutely, Christina. I'm so sorry.
People out of your newsfeed. Yeah. I don't even watch the news. Yeah. I can't do that and hold space for my incredible dreams, for my amazing future. You've got to clear some space out. You've got to deal with some of the stuff in your past to open up space for your dreaming. That every single thing in your life gets better when you dream. The way you experience your life today gets infinitely better. It's actually proportional. So when I have a casual conversation with you, and I ask you, tell me about your business. You know what I hear most people say? Somebody shout out, what are most people saying about their business right now? It's not growing. It's stuck. If people are leaving, if there are a lot of changes, and if you keep doing that, if that's the story that you keep living by.
Ma'am. Ma'am. Sometimes your OGB is going down because the company is maybe not doing well. Maybe your OGB is going down because people are going to another company. Maybe their OGB is going down because Young Living can't keep their products in stock to sell it so it's a consistent item on the shelf that people want to buy. What? What? Deal with stuff in your past to make space, but also be positive and it will all be better. Which is it, ma'am? We don't know. We really don't know at this point. We're all confused. Was she singing? I'm not sure. I feel like my brain is responding and blocking stuff out that she said. Hello, Karina. Y'all, if you don't already follow Karina, she is a bilingual creator trying to help create, translate content for the people being targeted by MLMs who don't have access to the information, specifically the Spanish-speaking community, because big companies like Herbalife, Mary Kay, and other companies that are slipping my mind, do that, and then they're isolated. And so Karina is incredible. So if you don't already follow her, go follow her. Where's my play button?
You will keep creating that. And the reason you will do that is because your mind is so powerful. God gave you the most beautiful, amazing gift when He gave you your mind. And we don't use it. Here's what happens. Most of us, whatever the crazy, awful, victim thoughts that come into our minds, we just assume we have to think that.
Victim thoughts? Oh, I didn't put it on the right screen. Y'all didn't miss anything. Just the victim thoughts. Those tricky little thoughts that are just pretend. Those thoughts? What about if people are actual victims? Oh, wait, that doesn't fit your narrative? What are you talking about? What is she talking about? Welcome back, Kira. You didn't miss Ben Riley yet, so the shit show hasn't really started yet. Oh, hey, Jess. Thanks so much. I hope you get some good sleep.
I assumed, wrongly, that because I had a difficult past, I had to keep telling the story about my past over and over again. Well, it's true. Yeah, it is true. But when I lived my life with this story that I was neglected, that I wasn't valuable, that I wasn't enough, that I would never make anything of myself, when I lived from that story, that's what I created.
No, I would say it's absolutely meaningful to say, you know what? My parents neglected me. And it is by sheer luck that I'm here now. It's not for the care and advocacy of my parents that I survived. It is mostly a combination of luck and force of will and potentially programs that I was associated with that I wasn't around dangerous people as much as if I wouldn't have been in those programs or whatever. You get to say, you know what? I had trauma. I had bad shit happen. Not me, but I mean, not like this. You get to say, like, you know what? That stuff was bad. I'm not a therapist. I'm just saying, like, she's saying, oh, I'm just gonna not think about it. I was in a victim mentality. I'm gonna be in a winner mentality now. No. Thank you. I I'm at a lot. I feel like I'm at an okay amount of watch hours. I'm at almost 25 or 26,000 watch hours. So like that feels good. Just need to get my subs up. So thank you very much. It was a really Erin sent people over here to subscribe, so that was nice of her.
Your story is true. It doesn't matter if the story you have about your business is true. You can show me your OGV going down for the last few years. But if that's what you focus, your amazing, powerful...
What? Here's the question. Here's the problem. They're saying don't think about negative things. Don't think negative thoughts. Don't look at actual real situations and view them negatively. Even though your OGV going down is a symptom of something happening. Is it because you're a bad leader? Is it because Young Living can't keep their products in stock? Is it because the essential oils sold by Young Living are 3 times what they are on the market? Is it what? What is it? Because if you're not asking questions, you're not able to get to actual answers. Instead, they're saying, no, don't think those thoughts. Think about this in this way. Oh my God. OGV means overall group volume. So it's in Young Living, you have to have personal volume. So you and your front line have to do a certain amount of volume. Now you can buy your volume. So you could buy up to $1,000 for your volume. Your OGV is all of your legs. So each leg requirement for different ranks in Young Living is each leg is a requirement, but overall you have to be doing a certain amount. So for Royal Crown, no ma'am, Royal Crown Diamond OGV, I think it's millions. It's 1.5 million OGV. Oh, personal volume. There's personal volume, which is you, so you can buy $100. There's personal group volume. You can buy the $1,000, or you can maneuver it that way. Then there's overall group volume. So you $100, frontline $1,000, overall for Royal Crown $1.5 million. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Kira. Thank you very much.
Mind on. Do you know what you will create? More dwindling OGV.
No. Young Living gets to take some ownership of that. Not being transparent gets to play some factor in this conversation. It can't just be, oh, I'm not thinking about this right. Sometimes it's, oh my God, and she's going to address the shipping. And when you listen to her answer about the shipping, I think, put your electronics far away from you so you don't break something.
Decide on purpose what you want your mind to do for you. I wrote down years ago that I wanted to make $1 million. That was my goal. And I thought, you know what? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard of. I don't even know anybody in my own personal life, in my own family, that made $1 million. But I just kept writing it down. I was crazy enough to believe it. And when I started building my Young Living business, I built a multiple 6-figure business in Young Living that blew my mind. I can't believe, I seriously can't believe the miracle of Young Living. I can't believe the products that healed my body. I can't believe the purpose it gave me to want to help other women heal so that they could wake up to their lives too. And I can't believe the income that it has given me. And it gave me such an incredible opportunity.
Thanks,
that when
Crystal.
I started my coaching practice, when I started helping people come out of the fire, when I decided that my unique voice matters. There are 1 million other coaching programs. There are 1 million other people selling wellness products. Nobody can do it just like I can. And
literally, no one can do it just like you can. And you're going to listen to Ben Riley. I don't know if he's the acting president or if he's the actual president of Young Living, but you're going to listen to Ben Riley. And I can't prepare you for this, so just get ready.
nobody can do it like you can. And I hit 7 figures in my coaching practice last year.
I hit 7 figures in our coaching practice last year, but she was just talking about her Young Living practice. I wish I could hear.
When I started helping people come out of the fire, when I decided that my unique voice matters. There are a million other coaching programs. There are a million other people selling wellness products. Nobody can do it just like I can. And nobody can do it like you can. And I hit 7 figures in my coaching practice last year.
She was talking about Young Living. No, Coda. She was talking about Young Living. Well, you know what? Let me just double check. I'm just going to go check to see if it's just a cat. I will be right back. Stream, be right back. Is this it? Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, come on. What are we doing? Is there a cat? Sorry. Long story. The dogs tricked me. Oh, sorry. We'll just keep playing for a second.
It feels like a miracle to me. My symptoms for the year last year was everywhere I look, I see miracles. Instead of focusing on the people leaving and whatever's happening in the company and whatever's happening on the news, I doggedly decided to think on purpose. Everywhere I look, I see miracles. You know what happens?
Sorry, I'm trying to fix my headset. The dogs didn't need to go out. They just wanted to go chase raccoons. Then I tried to give them a treat to be able to chew while I finished my stream, and then they ran out into the backyard to chew it, so that's where I was. Testing? No. I may just have to end the stream. I don't know what's going on. This is so frustrating. Sorry. I don't know what's going on. I know y'all can hear me, but I can't hear the music. I'm not the music, but the video when it was playing. So I'm trying to. My headphones are Bluetooth, but I don't Bluetooth them for live streams because the interference causes issues with the clarity. So I plug them in, and it's not recognizing that it's being plugged in right now. So I'm just trying to fix it. Does this work? Okay, hold. Nope. Sorry, this is like. I'd rather problems on the front end of the stream now that I realize it, because when they happen in the middle of a stream, that sucks for y'all. And here we are. Okay, now we're connected, but it's not working still. Oh, there we go, finally. Oh my god. I don't need to hear myself, I'm trying to hear the video being played. Okay.
When you decide on purpose to think that thought and you practice it every day and you keep writing it down and you keep thinking it, guess what happens in your life? Everywhere you look, you see miracles.
What? So you just write it down and it appears? They're not excited. The crowd is not excited for this.
Thoughts are powerful. Thoughts become things. The life you're living right now is a result of what you've been thinking for the past 6 months. And you haven't been doing it on purpose.
Same.
So
Except I do like fruit bats.
I want to teach it to you real quick. It's called the creation cycle. It's a form of cognitive behavioral therapy, but this one tool will change your life.
Cognitive behavioral therapy? I mean, the wild thing is she has her medical degree. But you're not practicing. I mean, is it still, what's her certification? No, she offers certifications through her school. Life Mentoring School certification program, and the fonts aren't even the same fucking size. A comprehensive life coaching certification program taught with Christian values aimed at equipping its coaches with the highest integrity tools to help their clients achieve their full God-given potential. Join the wait list. Being a coach means you learn the tools to live life at its highest level, and then you help your clients get those same amazing results. Join the wait list. It means refusing to settle for the status quo and refusing to let your clients continue suffering. She even changed the kerning on mentoring. It doesn't match life and it doesn't match school. And look, you know what? Can we just drop this in the stream? Look at this. Okay. This is the landscape version of her logo. Okay. Mentoring, the kerning is the spacing between each letter. Okay. I keep saying okay. I'm sorry. MLM people do that. Mentoring is much tighter together than school or life, if by just a little bit. They've also have a certain space between mentoring and school, and they don't maintain that same space between the logo and the M or the logo and the E at the end in life, which creates this odd visual problem with mentoring look like it's way too close to the cross shape. Okay, let's look at this one. We'll go back to the video in a second. Can I just drop this in here? Okay, look at this. We'll just make it bigger. So we have Life Mentoring School. Okay, someone drew her this logo. The cross is not centered in the circle. All right, no big deal. Maybe they visually did that. Then the mentoring up here, the T, the spacing between the T and this red, light red circle, or maybe that's orange, is not the same distance between the outer edge of the certification program and the bottom part of the circle. Why does that matter? In the grand scheme of things, I don't know exactly, but it's really annoying, especially when she says she has a 7-figure coaching business, and this is her logo. And look, the lines, the space between the line and life, or that distance, is not the same as the distance between the other edge of the line and the C, which makes it obvious that certification program is much smaller than Life Mentoring School. And then you have this line on the other side. Maybe the L matches, the L at the end of school matches that little line spacing as the one on the other side for life. But look how close the line is to the M. And then that doesn't even match the one on the C. This is like first draft material in design school. There's so many issues with it. Why does it matter? I don't know. It feels fraudulent to have this crappy of design products associated with a 7-figure business.
Thoughts create feelings. Feelings create actions. That cycle gives you an internal result of how you
Thoughts create feelings. Feelings create actions. The 90s called and they want their phrase back. Oh, here's the problem with this. Self-control. We're not talking about self-control, are we? Because there's lots of times you can have an intrusive thought that you don't act on it. So not all thoughts create all feelings. And then you're saying feelings create actions. Decisions create actions. Because we have this thing called self-control. Or most people do. How much did you pay for that logo? You know, she might have made it in Canva. You know, that's a good question. We should just go Canva. And I love Canva. I love it to create a design. I'm looking for that. Let's do, she did a square. Oh, if she paid more than $50 for that, I'm going to be mad. Okay. Medical. Because I'm looking for a medical cross that she might have copied from, which is fine. That's what Canva's for. But medical red cross. I'm trying to see if it was just a literal copy and paste, which it doesn't look like it is. But see, like, you could have done something with the with the cross. I don't know why that's associated with your practice, but you could have done something with the other side of it to make it more like counseling or something. Okay. I mean, she paid someone for that, which is just mind-boggling.
Experience your life. Do you want to know what my life feels like to live?
Good logos, a whole package where you get like a whole branding thing that can range from $500 to $2,500. I've never charged that.
Live for me. When I think the thought everywhere I look, I see miracles.
I don't enjoy working with clients as much as I used to. I guess like as I've gotten older and my anxiety's gotten worse, I don't like the back and forth. So I have my job I've had for a long time, and I quit my other job today, so I'm doing some freelance stuff, but I don't know. We need to keep playing this. We're never going to get through it.
It's so fun to live my life. And it doesn't mean that all my circumstances are perfect. No. I still have a kid who's struggling. I still have a 10-year-old who pees in my shower and won't listen to me. Lots of things in my life are not perfect. But my experience of my life...
My kid still pees in my shower? I mean, it's in the shower. You can just wash it off, right? They're barking at a cat. Yeah. Welcome back, Arena. Could have hired some kid off Fiverr or whatever the gig is. Hire what? Yeah. You're for sure. So wait, I mean, let's just take a gander over here for a second. Let's just hold on. And look, I'm not trying to be mean. Like you can get some really quality work. Okay. Let's say she wants, I don't know what's associated with like therapy, but you already have some combos here. But in terms of making something that is super consistent. Now, I wouldn't make client stuff in Canva. I mean, you can, but I just wouldn't. I make him an illustrator. But if we were trying to fix her logo, come on. Oh, this is awful. Hold on. I need to find if we were trying to duplicate her logo, like logo for logo to make it better, you would duplicate this to make that little line thing. I don't know how. Let's see. If you can edit image, can you do a line? See, I don't even know how to do a line on Canva. Line? See, I don't know. But you could do, I mean, there's stuff that you could already do. This is very similar, like shape already. I mean, if I was an illustrator, that'd be one thing. But if you're doing this for yourself, if you're designing a logo for your business, you can make something really decent looking by just being consistent. Let's find a circle. Oh, here we go. Look. You got an outline already. Let's see if this will... No, it doesn't. Nope. I thought that was similar shape. See, that's the problem with some of this stuff. So if we are looking for a circle, you could just... And so look here. Position. Center. It's already in the middle. Oh, we've got a circle now. It's not as thin as the other one, but you get the idea. Oh my God. Look, position, center. We're already a million times ahead at this point. I wonder, though, if we can get a thinner circle. What size? Oh, yeah, that's perfect. If you click... So, look, we have the line for hers. And let's get a regular circle. And we already matched it. And we send it to back. And what's her color? Upload. Where's my screenshot? That's not it. There we go. So if you were trying to match a logo, now that you brought this in, you can just pull all the colors from it. If you don't have stuff to do this, like I don't even know what color that is. We'll just pretend it's that color and they actually thought about. So you have this already and it's even already from the get-go. Position, center. And then you have, let's say you want to match the red. Oops. I guess that's what the red color is. Send it back. There we go. And you want to match this red. So we've already kind of mimicked it already. But you want to write on a circle. Let's do this. I know I'm crashing my stream right now. A life mentoring school. You can write on, I think you can write on a path. I know you can because I've done it before. Effects, curve. You don't even have to know how to do design program in this. So like, let's make it wider because we have to match the circle. And you can change the curve, okay? But look, you still have to maintain center. All right? And we have an equal distance. So we have this circle. This distance from this to the outside line, we'd want to mimic. The eye enjoys some of that, at least in a traditional logo. We also are hitting the top of the cross with Life Mentoring School. We have some issues with legibility, so you can change the letter spacing a little bit. And again, this is not an actual... So here, and again, if people can't read it, then there's no point. So that's a little better. And you just want to keep double checking that you're being consistent. Sometimes visual center is different. And yeah, we don't have that line yet that we were looking for. You can... I mean, you get it. You get it. Good night, cat. I designed my own logo on Canva using pre-made shapes, was able to color. Perfect. Yeah, exactly, Mia. You can do a ton of stuff. Oh, y'all can't see. Sorry. Can I zoom out? Anyways. Sorry. was just yelling for no reason. Anyway, so yeah, you can pull in colors you like. Like if you can't pick a palette that you want because colors aren't exactly your thing, you can pull something off of Pinterest and you can... Oh my God, what is going on? Oh, I left Harper up this whole time. But like, anyways, like you want to also increase this back. And so now we need to increase the curve again as we center it. You just always want to be centering and looking at your lines because, so let's do effects again. On the curve, we want to curve it some more because we haven't followed the circle because we increased the kerning position. And we're while we're maintaining the same distance on the H, visually, it looks like the school is too far, is not close enough to that side. So you can do something called visual centering by making that a smidgen, like one click over, and all of a sudden it looks a lot more even. And the school is too close. But it's like, it's just a process. -60. And you don't have a ton of control in Canva, but it's a good tool. I mean, and yeah, symmetry is not everything, but if you're starting with no knowledge base, like you don't have experience in school doing it, like you can do a lot of stuff with just being consistent and saying like, hey, does this make sense? Like your eye naturally stops at the T. There was nothing addressed in this one. The L is just haphazard. I would have either gone halfway here, or I would have stopped right there at the top. Then I would have had more room for the certification program that they desperately needed, apparently. And then Canva will help you. So like, I don't even know how to write this. So if you want to duplicate that, what is it? Cert. I don't know how to reverse curve, but I'm sure it's easy. There we go. So we can see what the first curve is, and we'll just reverse it. So that's 55. So we'd probably need -55. Does that make sense? So all of a sudden, the top of the C is hitting the bottom of this plus. Oh, I'm in the way. God dang it, DC! Forget it. Anyways, I'll just turn my camera off. What the? Okay. Let me zoom out. Shit. It's not great, but if you're just like, now you're saying, okay, maybe we'll create some room. Okay, we're still maintaining some of those sight lines. With that, we have a little more space to breathe. If you're desperately wanting that little outline on the plus, I don't know if you need it. Now, we're running into this too when we start messing with the plus. It's like, well, do you want to center the space between the top of the mentoring and the distance between the bottom of the mentoring and the cross? Now, right now, the total distance, not just to this little circle, the total distance, like from the top of the R to the actual tan circle and the bottom of the R to this top of the red cross are pretty close. So you get that, but sometimes these lines play into stuff like that. Night, Kira. All right. Hope you have a good night. I don't know. I mean, you'd have to, I mean, even I would even say, you know, if you were doing stuff, you could play with the boldness of things. Like I wouldn't even say like this color palette is my favorite. I don't know if she was playing off of her certification as a nurse. But now it's hard to read, but it's starting to look more like a cohesive unit. But anyways, we'll just go back to the stream. Sorry. All right. Back. Quick time. There's lots of things you can do for yourself that you don't need a graphic designer for, but my issue is when you're getting scammed by the graphic designer that you hired because they are somehow tricking you into paying for something that you could have done yourself, or you don't know what you're supposed to be paying for. So, all right.
It's so delightful.
We're not going to be able to finish this tonight, or I'm just going to have to do a part 2.
The other thing you create with this is something externally, an external result. This is
Maybe
your OGB. This is the number of people you enroll. This is the quality of your marriage. This is the quality of your friendships. All starts with thoughts.
No, sometimes you're just in a shitty marriage. Or sometimes you're in an ABUSIVE marriage. Or sometimes you're just in a non-compatible marriage, and you can safely and freely go your separate ways. Sometimes you have to take into account things that help you advocate for yourself, and just thinking about it differently isn't the answer for everyone, and it's dangerous to say you can fix everything with your thoughts. It is dangerous because some people believe them, and they stay in an unsafe situation longer than they should.
I want you to begin practicing the most powerful, nurturing, loving thoughts that you can think of about your life, about your business, about your spouse. You know what happens when you start thinking the most powerful, loving, nurturing thoughts that you can think of about your spouse? Your marriage gets a lot better.
Again, it's one of those things where, is it this? All right. When I don't know if this is exactly the influence continuum, like the undue influence. I don't know if this exactly falls into that, but if you're saying this isn't right for me, and someone else is saying you just need to think about it differently, you start to move away from your like true identity over to the identity that you're doing to fit in, or to try to make things safe, or try to make things work. I know it's not exactly perfect, but I think you start to fall into the destructive side of the continuum in this situation. We may not get to Ben Riley tonight. Dear God. She's paused. We're at 31:23. Damn it. Sorry. Did I have the wrong stream this whole time?
The income that it has given me. And it gets.
Okay. I know, we've already been live a long time. I'm sorry. 31.
You know why you're suffering in your marriage? Because you have crappy thoughts about yourself.
Shut up. Shut up.
You know why you're suffering in your business? Because you let crappy.
How does she know? How does she have the confidence to say you're struggling in your marriage because you have crappy thoughts? That's so audacious, and it's so harmful. It can be actually dangerous for people.
Thoughts about your business occupy your mind. It doesn't mean that occasionally you don't need to change the circumstances. That's true. Sometimes you do. But most of the time, what you need to change is your mind.
Oh my God.
You have the power to do that. Listen, I want you to just imagine this. You can think anything you want.
You can think anything you want.
Nobody can make you think. You have the power to think anything you want. So if you decide, I love my business, I love helping clients.
Here it is. Here it is. The twisty call to action to stay in Young Living and not jump ship.
On wellness. I love this life that I'm living. When you begin to think thoughts that are powerful and loving and nurturing, you begin to experience your life as that.
Undue influence. Undue influence. Using your position as a medical expert to tell people that they are just not experiencing something the right way because of their thoughts, when maybe some situations are actually dangerous. Shame on you. Shame on you. I don't even care that I don't have an advanced degree. I don't, because you can speak up and say something's wrong. Anybody can do that. And this is wrong. It's wrong.
You experience it internally, and then you start to see the results of it.
Good point, Crystal.
In your life. Thoughts become things. Thoughts start this whole cycle.
And here they are freaking stuck on don't think those negative thoughts. Or if you think intrusive thoughts, something's wrong with you. Or if you think negative thoughts, something's wrong with you. Get the flippity flop out of here.
Ask you, what has been your predominant thought for the past month, for the past 6 months, for the past 2 years? You're reaping.
I would be surprised if anyone in Young Living sits through this video to this point. But, oh, you know what we could have done with this cross? You could have done an inner shadow. And then it would start to even look like a better... Can you do that with this? You can do it in Illustrator. I don't think you can do it on here. Dang it. Can I do a shadow? No. I would do it, and I'll mess around with it tomorrow, and we'll do it on stream.
The result of that thought right now. And if you want to create something different, you're going to have to think differently. This is your superpower. This is the thing that you can control no matter what.
Shut up.
This is the thing that no matter what the company does, or your upline does, or your downline does, or anybody does, this one thing you control totally. So how will you use your beautiful, powerful mind to create what you want to create in the world?
Yeah, so are you using your mind for good or for evil? And I'm going to tell you exactly what's good and what's evil. What? Good night, Karina. Good night.
Okay.
The crazy thing is people paid to be subjected to this lady's spiel. And she is in Young Living, and apparently she was also paid to speak at this event. So it's just shitty.
The thing that I want to say is you create what you focus on. So whatever your business story is, the results that you're getting in your business right now are the result of what you're focusing on. There could be lots of truths in your business. It doesn't even matter what the truth is. It matters what you focus on.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the little timer up on the screen so that we can just count down, because I'm going to stop at 2 hours even. So we've been streaming for 54, so we're going to put it 6 minutes on the timer, and then once it stops, we'll be done for the night. 6 minutes. 6. Save. Turn on. All right. There we go.
Because what you focus on, you will create more of. So I want you today, sometime before you leave, I think I'm going to help you do this afternoon. I want you to create the sentence that you want to be your business
Dave.
story. If I can reimagine my childhood, you can reimagine your business.
Oh, shut
what
up.
What I decided to do when I decided to heal from my past is I went treasure hunting in my past, because I remembered that time that my daddy burned down that trailer, That was about the time in my life when I met my kindergarten teacher. Her name was Miss Murphy. And she was the first person who ever read a book to me.
Oh, that's so sad.
She was the person who taught me about watercolors and paints.
To have such a good feelings about teachers and then exploit the shit out of them, and as a young living rep, I just cannot resolve that in my mind.
When my book came out a few years ago, I went to her house and found her. There's a whole chapter about her in the book. And I thanked her for being a lifer after me. That time at the ballpark when my daddy showed up drunk, that was about the time I met Coach Mosier. He was my basketball coach. He loved my mullet, by the way. He bought me basketball shoes.
Oh.
He gave me rides to practice. He made sure I had something to eat. I promise you that the story that you're telling yourself is the only half of the truth. If you look
No.
carefully, there's miracle after miracle after miracle after miracle. So
This is so
sometimes
twisted.
my team thinks that I'm a little bit Pollyanna. I mean, okay. I can't get riled up about shipping, y'all. I just can't.
I just can't because I've had 2 houses burned down. I had an awful childhood that was extremely traumatic. My my father was an alcoholic, and so yeah, shipping isn't a big deal. But guess what? If you're looking at it not as a relative business, meaning it's not good compared to something else. It's not good compared to or it is good compared to something else. It is good compared to I don't know, a really crappy business model. I don't know what it would be. But you can't just say, "Oh, well, at least it's not as bad as that." I mean, you can. That's what she does, but sometimes you get to say, "No. Let's own the fact that we can do better at distributing stuff, at keeping stuff in stock, at telling people the truth." Why can't that be a hard line in the sand?
Because you know what? I grew up in an environment where when you turned the light on, you didn't know if it was going to come on.
She might be. She might have tried to
When you
recruit
open
her.
up the refrigerator, there might not be anything there. So I don't care when my package shows up. I'm just like in awe of generally most of life. Like it just shows up. Okay, wow. And then people are calling me, "My package is blah, 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 blah." I'm like, "Listen, I got a case full of each red. I'll bring it over right now. It's totally fine." I can't get riled up about all the stuff that we get riled up about. I'm not saying there aren't problems and that we don't have to do things to address it, but if that's what you focus on, that's what your team will focus on. You can make almost any problem go away by being kind
This
to
is
people
so-
and shipping them some good stuff.
Here's why this is problematic. If you just focus on the good things, you're going to be able to lead your team and keep them plugged in because you believe. In spite of everything bad going wrong, you can pretend the emperor has clothes on when the emperor is actually naked. The problem with not acknowledging reality is it takes away people's ability to be fully informed, which is one of the big factors of undue influence, of coercing someone to do something that they didn't have all the information to be able to make a mindful decision about. So when you're saying, "Oh no, the shipping's fine. Oh no, those are just those haters talking about essential oils. They don't know what they're talking about. They're just trying to take us down because we have the truth with a capital T." No. You can just own the fact that your shipping sucks, Young Living. You can. Not trying to be mean. You can just say, like, after 5 years of an unfixable problem, somebody has to look at themselves in the mirror, even if it's a hater on YouTube holding up a mirror so that Ben Riley can look and say, "You know what? hi, it's me, I'm the problem, or Young Living's the problem, or our distribution team's the problem, or lying to people for years and years about where our essential oils come is the problem. So, this is where I'm going to stop for tonight. I think I'm going to use the timer in the future because it helps keep me on track, and I wanted to start doing some shorter streams. Thank you all for change scenes. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to finish this tomorrow at some point, but there's 3 more videos to watch, and No Shame Sales Game makes an appearance, and it's a whole moment. Thank you for the congratulations on 800 subs. I hope I don't go down overnight, but for right now, we're at 801, so thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Live chat, you've been awesome. Replay crew, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate people watching after a live stream, and I will catch you next time. And I'll make an outro sometime, maybe this weekend. So be safe, take care of yourself, and I said this already. Bye. Good night.